Hi guys, how we doing? Welcome back to another video. So I am teaching myself microcontroller programming using this bit of kit called EBlocks, which is done by a company called Matrix. I think this is like lesson 31 now, so you guys should already know all of this. I'm going through this curriculum here, which is a 101-page PDF, and it is called Introduction to Microcontroller Programming. I think I'm on page 83, I believe. Yep, and I'm going through using external interrupts. So this should be fun actually, and again, unfortunately they're not going to teach me anything, but if I could learn something, I could learn how interrupts work, I'll be very happy. So let's get cracking. In earlier exercises, the microcontroller did not necessarily react to input straight away. Exactly, this is my point. It misses it all the time because it was busy doing something else. The external interrupt features of the PIC solve this problem. On a 16F18877, the external interrupts are on pin RA0 to RB7, and all pins on port A, B, D, and E as an interrupt on change. Okay, if these interrupts are initialized correctly, then a change on the selected pins can cause the program to stop execution immediately and switch to executing the appropriate interrupt macro. We then have what is called a real-time execution. This is my point, that this is what we should have been doing the entire time, and I'm glad they actually took. It's not hard, like that small little paragraph there, and I get that. That's a nice explanation of what I'm trying to do. I would have liked a picture here telling me what these pins are, but you know, you can't have everything in life. So create and use single pin interrupts, create and use interrupts on change interrupts, and then use real-time operation of microcontroller. Please tell me how to do it. Write a program to time how many seconds have passed since a program was reset and display the result on an LCD. Use a variable called count, whose value is displayed on the LEDs. Don't use an interrupt, okay. Use a 1 second delay, and rising edge on pin RB0 should call a macro that adds 1 to count. I have no idea how to do any of that, apart from writing to the screen. What on earth? Then now it says redesign this program using an interrupt. Bloody hell. Okay, let's try. So, oh man, write a program to time how many seconds have passed since your program was reset. I got a bit scared there, but that's not so bad. This reset just means the start of the program, so that's okay. So let's go back to the program we did the other day, or the last video. So we'll just delete. Let's just no. Okay. I'm trying to think. I don't need any of these program calls, so let's just delete all of that. Let's give me a while loop. So that's my initialization, and then I'm just gonna get rid of these 3 programs I've made. Cool. All right. So what are we saying? I need to know how to write to the screen. Actually, no, I've got that. So write a program to time how many seconds have passed since a program was reset. So we need, how do we do this? Let's think. We need some variables. The first variable is going to be a number, and we're going to call it time elapsed, and we'll just give that an integer. So that's the amount of time that's elapsed. Delete these, just get rid of these old variables. All right, and then what do we want to do? Every second we want to add 1 to that. So let's get a calculation block and a delay We have a calculation and a delay, and the delay is going to be 1 second, and then we're going to add 1 to that variable. What was that variable we made? I can't remember. Time elapsed, that was it. Time elapsed is equal to time elapsed plus 1. Okay, now we want to write that to the screen. So write a program, how many seconds have passed, this program is reset, and display the result on an LCD. Okay, so we just go, let's do time elapsed dot like that, and then we'll move the cursor. Let's set the cursor to 0 here, and we're going to move it down 1, and then we're going to print the number. So do we go down 1 on the Y, I believe? and then we're going to do print number, and we're going to print that time elapsed. And then I want to add now like seconds to it. How can I get it to do that? Because I don't know how many. If that counts up to 99999, but I need to. I don't know. Time elapsed. Let's just. I want to put the seconds. I'd like to put an S at the end or something. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. So we'll just do time elapsed. Seconds elapsed. Time in seconds. It's just gonna be too long. Ugh, I don't know what to do. Forget about it. All right, time elapsed. Okay, so we print that, so we can test if that works. Use a 1 second delay. Oh look, they actually tell you. Thank you. A rising edge on pin RB0 should call a macro that adds 1 to count. Mate, I have no idea. What is pin RB0? I don't know. So how do I look at my pins? I can't even remember. I don't know how to look at my pins. Oh, build project options, I think. I've got some parameters here, but these are not my pins. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, alright. I don't have to look at my pins. I don't know what this means. A rising edge on pin RB0 should call a macro that adds 1 to count. I don't know what that means. So let's just compile it and just see if this works. So right now it says main menu. It should hopefully say time elapsed ... and then underneath the amount of seconds elapsed. Yeah, man. Alright, it's done now. But time elapsed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's interesting actually. Look at the output. It's counting up. I don't know what these lights mean. That's weird, isn't it? Like, is it counting? It's not counting up, it's just... No, it is counting. No, it's a bit weird. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why these LEDs. I guess it has to do with how it's driving the screen, but I don't understand that. All right, redesign this program using an interrupt single pin on RB0. I don't know how to do that. Sorry, I forgot. I'm not even showing you the screen. I don't know. You have not told me how to do this. I don't understand. Do I even want to just start guessing and just... The other thing I could do is I could start like reading through the wiki and crap like that. So I don't know, man. So it says interrupt. So let's... What interrupt am I doing here? Interrupt. Using an interrupt single pin on RB0. So what do I do? Click it. Interrupt on RB0. Can you see RB0? Custom. Interrupt on custom properties. Don't know what that means. Will call macro. Don't know what that means. Enable interrupt. Timer 0. Properties. Timer internal clock. Okay. Into pin properties. Oh, pin selection. I see RB0. Rising edge of int. Oh, I see, sorry, just B0. Into pin. Let's do, I don't know, B0. I don't know what, I don't know. Oh, I hate this curriculum. This is one of the worst PDFs I've ever read, man. Just in terms of just like, what on earth am I meant to do with this information? Redesign this program using an interrupt single pin on RB0. I think that's it. Okay, and then what do I do? Now redesign it using both kinds of external interrupts so that... Oh my gosh, I want to punch my screen and headbutt it. Okay, so let's get it. Let's write a macro, I guess. Is a new macro? I don't know. I have no idea. So I need a new macro, a user macro. Let's do user macro. I don't even know what I'm doing here now. So I got some macros. How do I get to these? How do I edit these? How do I see my macros? User macros, new macro. Okay, let's do timer 1 second. Okay. All right, so there we go. So we're just gonna say on a loop. I guess on a loop, just do all of this, right? On a loop, do all of that. Yeah, so set cursor, set the cursor to 0. Maybe clear the screen as well. I don't know. Yeah, set the cursor to time elapsed. Probably clear the screen as well. I don't know why I'm not clearing the screen there, but that's fine. So then, if we call this, oh no, on the interrupt pin. So interrupt on B0. That okay? Okay, I think I'm kind of understanding this. When you press B0. Then what happens? Call this macro timer 1 second. Does that work? I don't know what that means though, because it's only going to count up when I press the button, I think. Is that a good thing? I don't know. So where are we at now? How many seconds are we on now? Oh, I've lost it. I think I saw it say 165. Oh, this is painful. So yeah, the other option is to open up the wiki and start reading the wiki. But how long are these videos going to be if I have to read the wiki? And to me, someone's bought £100, £200, £300 bit of kit from you, and you're like, well, yeah, now go use our wiki. It's like, can you just give me the information with the kit? I've got the kit. Give me the PDF. I mean, I'd like it on paper, but yeah, just give me the PDF or something. Anyway, so now it just says time elapsed, and it's still counting. If I press B0, what happens? That I can see already that B0 is constantly turning on anyway, so don't. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. B0 is constantly turning on, so it doesn't make sense to use the interrupt on B0. What if I change the interrupt so that it's on A0? So this must be okay. Yeah. Because so all of my code, if you look, my code all exists inside that user macro, so it must be running that macro right now. Let's just compile this again. So now I've got it on A0, so it shouldn't actually start the program. But then hopefully this should mean that then it starts it immediately as soon as I press A0 now, which is what I hope, because it's been grinding my gears hitting these buttons and it just not responding for 150 program cycles because it misses it or something. So moment of truth, it started. Why is it started? If the interrupt's on A0, why is it started? I haven't pressed A0. Oh, now I've got this 7-segment display turning on. I think that's because I got one of these. Sorry, I can't read it where my camera is. Okay, I accidentally turned on this right switch. It turned on 7-segment display. But anyways, so I pressed that. The program shouldn't start. Okay, it hasn't started. So I've reset the microcontroller and it hasn't started. I don't know why that's turned on. I guess that's just like the pin that's keeping the LCD turned on when I initialize it. So if I press A0 now, immediately it should start. Ooh, it started and it didn't miss a tick. It just went. Alright, ready? Oh, look at that. And if I just tap the button, like just rapid. Oh, ready? It catches it every time because that button press, even though I'm pressing it fast, that's probably still 250 milliseconds or something like that. So that's like, hundreds of cycles for the microcontroller. So it sees it. Oh, we've done an interrupt. I'm so happy. It's so funny how in this one video I've gone from absolutely being mad and hating this PDF to now being very happy. So I mean, yeah, they just give you no guidance. A picture here would just, you know, we just need a picture. Give me a picture. I need a picture of an interrupt. Like, give me a picture of a man holding an interrupt and how to do it. So yeah, all right, cool. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. That was a good video. I'm quite happy that I did that. So I didn't do this. I'm not going to do this bit here where it just says, now redesign it using both kinds of external interrupt. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't understand. Triggering the single pin interrupt increments count, and then triggering the IOC interrupt decrements count. Maybe we'll try that in the next video. We'll give that a go in the next video, because yeah, I've only used one type of interrupt and I don't know what type of interrupt I've used. Can we figure it out? Interrupt into pin, is that an IOC? I have no idea. IOC interrupt, single pin interrupt. I think I've done a single pin interrupt. And what's the other one? An IOC port ABC. There it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, next video. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Next video we'll do that IOC one. Cheers. Bye bye.